It was good. Your boy JayBeHumble, Homeless Dawn, man. We back with part 3 of the story time, man. How I fell for Sean. Yeah, so like I said, the group of friends come back with the best friend. They were asking me where she was at. We ended up putting two and two together that she was with one of the same dudes who we on her junk earlier, and they all secluded alone, both of them. So I'm already like, oh yeah, it's not good. So then the rest of these boys, they clowning me, fans talking about, yeah, your girl getting greased, your girl getting greased. I done told you, you ain't listen. At this point, like if you thought I wasn't mad before, I'm hot now, bro. But like, it's a whole scene. We had to track me. I don't want my parents to find out nothing because they gonna try to get in the midst of it, or my coach to try to get, you know how that stuff get. Those gonna make it more messy. Ain't gonna make it no better. But now some of them boys asking me like, oh yeah, like, hey Jay, how long y'all been together? So I tell them like 4 or 5 months. They like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. She probably dog your ass that whole time, bro. And at this point, I'm starting to believe it because like, but like, why would you even put yourself in a position to even embarrass me like that, or let alone embarrass yourself like that? Because you know how niggas get, bro. You do any little thing for a nigga to call you a hoe, they're gonna ride that shit, especially middle school, high school, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know how this shit go, bro. Even her best friend and one of her other friends started getting mad too, because now she was making their rep look bad. Because I know one of them was like, hey, if I knew her friend was like that, I would got right with you. And then she got hot because it's like, now you making them look bad. You know what I'm saying? So all I know, them boys like, oh yeah, you trying to go over there with a whip business, that the third. I'm like, I'm not going over there, bro. Because like, even if it wasn't true, like it's the fact you didn't try me like that, bro. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that, bro. Like everybody already damn near my business now. I'm not gonna make it worse by and I'm just standing there or whatever the case may be. Because like, I'm not the type to try to make a scene in front of everybody. Like if me and my girl into it, I try to handle that shit one-on-one. You feel me? Because if I try to blow up on you in front of everybody, and everybody think they know what's going on, they can speak on your stuff. Hell no. Anyway, eventually she come back to where I'm at. And if we being honest, this girl, I feel like she only came back to me because I had her phone. If I didn't have her phone, she probably wouldn't even walk back to me, see anything, how I was doing, whatever the case may be. Like if we was getting to that point, somebody started to see, I ain't gonna lie, this girl really fucked me for real. She was going to her own cause, which is being shown. So anyway, we slight talk about it. I'm trying to ask her what happened. She over there talking about, oh, yeah, nothing happened. We were talking about life. Bitch, you were talking about life for 45 minutes too? Alright, bro. Alright, you know what? Anyway, that's what she hit me with. But I ain't believe it. But you know me, like I said, I'm just trying to keep shit copacetic, whatever. And we'll talk about some other stuff. There's so many other stuff this girl learned about, whatever the case may be beforehand. I should have been peeped this girl ain't wrong me for it, but that's my fault. I was young and dumb. Too dumb. Anyway, the rest of the track meet go by, you know what I'm saying? I had to be here all night. I had to wait like, I don't know how long to run the 200 meters, whatever. Anyway, the track meet over. And then as I'm walking, one of them just that was out there, he was all got me up. He was like, alright, bro, be easy. So he was asking me, oh, did I break up with her? And I kind of like he asked me in front of my pops. And now my pops was kind of confused because he didn't know what was going on. And I kind of tried to keep it cool, bro. I was like, hey, bro, if you ain't break up that girl, you break up that girl, bro. She trying you real talk. He said that shit in front of my pops. He didn't care. But I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't too mad because like, bros were actually one of the cool ones out of the little friend group that was doing the most. So like, you know what, I'm gonna chill. And then I didn't like he did that in front of my pop. It's cool. But if you thought that track meet incident was bad, it got worse, bro. So tell me how, bro. I get home, whatever. So early that day, she had my phone and she logged in her Instagram. Because the whole time she had my Instagram password, but I never had hers. Like I said, young and dumb. Because I'm thinking, oh, I don't need your stuff. I can trust you. So I already got so much energy, you know what I'm saying? Like I could go sleep that night, I don't know why, because I was tired and I had school the next morning. Because that track meet was all the way till Sunday. Anyway, so I'm just going through the thing, I'm going through Instagram, whatever. I'm like, let me just see what I see. The first few messages I seen, she was curving niggas or one serious. So I get back out. Something in my head just say, go back in there, bro. I go back in there, bro. I don't know how many niggas she was entertaining. One of them niggas was my dog, cuz. At least I thought he was my dog. Sending nigga news, all kind of shit, saying, oh yeah, ain't nobody worried about that nigga Jaden. If you can have this anytime. I'm like, I was hurt, boy. I was hurt. I ain't even gonna say no more, but yeah. I could do a part 4, but there's no point, bro. But yeah, bro, that's just story time how I feel for Sean, boy. Like, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. Like,